Hello friends, I'm in historic Malacca and I'm practically surrounded by historical landmarks and monuments everywhere I see. Over there is Christ Church and the Stadhuis. Over there is the Porta de Santiago. But today I'll be taking you on a path less trodden to two memorials which are hardly visited by the thousands of tourists who visit Malacca every day. And the first of these is this one, the Sungai Ujong War Memorial. The Sungei Ujong War in 1875 was prompted by the appointment of a British resident to assist the Datuk Kelana of Sungei Ujong in ruling the territory. The other Malay chiefs, led by the Yamtuan Antah of Seri Menanti, were enraged by this move and possibly encouraged by the revolt that broke out in Perak at that time. The Malays moved to drive the British out of Sungei Ujong. As the inscription on the granite obelisk states, the memorial was erected in memory of the British soldiers who lost their lives on active service against the Malays in Sungei Ujong, with different sides of the obelisk dedicated to the three main British units that participated in the campaign. On one side of the obelisk are the names of two Gurkhas of the 1st Gurkha Light Infantry under a horn bugle. 350 soldiers of the 1st Gurkha Light Infantry were en route from India to Taiping to participate in military operations against the Perak Malays following the killing of the British resident J.W.W. Birch. However, they were instead diverted at Penang and shipped on to Malacca to join British forces in Sungei Ujong. The Sungei Ujong campaign was, in fact, the very first time Gurkhas had been used by the British for combat operations overseas, outside of India. The first Victoria Cross awarded for action in Malaya was also awarded to Captain George Nicholas Channer, who commanded a small unit of Gurkhas that stormed and captured a Malay stockade at Bukit Putus. On another side of the obelisk are the names of 4 British soldiers of the 10th Foot Lincolnshire Regiment. Soldiers of the 10th Foot had earlier participated in the attack and capture of Pasir Sala in Perak, and after that the storming of Yamtuan Antah's stockades at Paroi, which forced him to retreat back to Seri Menanti. One key factor in their success was the rifles that they were issued, the Martini Henry. This was the British Army's first rifle that was designed from the outset as a breech-loading rifle, giving it a much faster rate of fire and a longer range than the earlier Snider rifles. The Perak and Sungei Ujong campaigns were in fact the first time that this iconic British rifle was used in combat operations. On this side of the obelisk are the names of soldiers of the Arab Contingent. The Arab Contingent was a force that was sent from Singapore, consisting of a body of 85 mercenaries, commanded by a former French naval officer, Captain Fontaine. This force had originally been hired by Tengku Kudin of Selangor to capture Klang from his rival Raja Mahdi 4 years earlier. They were mercenaries, consisting of Arabs, Egyptians, Somalis, Indians, even Europeans and other foreigners who were found in Singapore, many of them criminals. The Arab contingent was well known for their ruthlessness and ferocity, and in fact, at the end of the war, an outcry was raised in the London newspapers and even in Parliament, accusing the Arab contingent of committing war crimes in Malaya. This was due to reports that they routinely robbed local Malays, looting their homes and burning villages in their march through Seri Menanti. My next video will be about another memorial in Malacca dedicated to an earlier and quite different conflict between the British and the Malays. This was the Nanning War of 1831 and 1832. So keep an eye out for that video and hope you find that one interesting as well.